Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. The dish that I would like to share with you today is one that I absolutely love and I've already made several times. Borscht. It's Ukrainian, but it's a classic enjoyed all over Eastern Europe, with a lot of regional variations. There's even a cold borscht without meat, which I made once. But let's see how to make classic borscht, which by the way, in both Ukrainian and Russian, is written and pronounced without the T, borщ. So I will start by preparing the stock. This one is beef shin, but I'm also adding another cut of beef with bone, which is always recommended if you want a flavorful stock. I'm only using beef this time, but beef and pork are often used together for borscht. I've actually made it with chicken a couple of times, and mutton is also used in some regions. I'm preparing borscht for two, so it's less than half a kilo beef in total, which I'm dropping into a pot with a couple of liters of water, some celery, a carrot, a couple of bay leaves, and half a teaspoon of salt. I will let this simmer for a couple of hours on low heat, and in the meantime, I'll start working on the veggies. I will start by chopping an onion. Then I will julienne 200 grams of cabbage. And finally, 2 carrots. If you don't have a tool like this one, which I find quite handy, you can obviously also chop or julienne the carrots with a knife. And now, of course, beetroots, which is what gives this dish its distinctive color and sweet taste. However, bear in mind that there is also green borscht, made with sorrel, white borscht, made with rye, and cabbage borscht, all of them without beets. Borscht is really just the umbrella term for all sour soups because originally, vegetables would be let to ferment before preparing the soup. Nowadays, you would either use preserved beetroots or fresh ones and add some vinegar, like I will do. It's up to you in the end, but don't worry, your hands won't be stained forever after peeling beetroots. So now I will julienne them just like the carrots. And lastly, I will also dice 200 grams of potatoes. Time to take a saucepan and pour in some vegetable oil. I'll throw in the onion, the carrots, and then of course the beetroots. I will also add half a teaspoon of salt, and I'll keep stirring. Cooking the vegetables separately before adding them to the meat stock is supposedly a distinctive feature of borscht, and it surely makes for a richer result, but I've also seen recipes where vegetables are added raw to the stock. I used that method a few times in the past. It's a bit faster, and it still tastes great in my opinion. So if you want to throw it all in and make it a one-pot recipe, some Ukrainians might judge you, but I certainly won't. So after about 10 minutes, I'll add 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, a glass of water, and then the cabbage. As I already mentioned, vinegar is important because borscht is a sour soup, and you can add a little more if you want, but on top of that, it should also help to preserve the beetroot's natural color. I'll add another half a glass of water and I'll let it stew for 10 more minutes. In the meantime, the stock is done, so I'll go ahead and remove the meat and the vegetables, or you can strain the stock otherwise. Once the meat has cooled down a bit, I'll shred it so that I can add it back to the stock later when I finalize the dish. Now I'll add the diced potatoes to the stock, and I'll let them cook for 10 minutes until they're almost done, at which point I'll add the meat back in, the sautéed vegetables, and some freshly chopped parsley. I'll let this simmer for another 5 minutes. Then, before I turn the heat off, it's time to check for salt, another half a teaspoon I would say. And you can also add some black pepper if you want. And now I can transfer it to our bowls. I'll add a good dollop of smetana or sour cream, some dill, and I can't have rye bread, but it would be the perfect accompaniment to this dish. Oh, this is so good. It's got everything I want: meat, vegetables, warmth and flavor. I'm not Eastern European, but borscht has become a classic for me, and I would love to try more regional variations. What about you? Have you ever tried borscht? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. So, where are we going next?